Good evening. It is my pleasure to be back with you all again. My name is Melissa Williams. I am an attorney here in Illinois with the Wiley Resource Center, which is a legal support program that is free for the community here in the Chicago area. On tonight, I am so excited because we have with us our paralegal and our administrator from the Wiley Resource Center, and her name is Antoinette Mayfield. So I'm going to turn it over to her for a couple of seconds so that she can introduce herself to you all as well.
Hi, I'm Antoinette Mayfield. As she said, I am the administrator for the Wiley Resource Center as well as the paralegal.
And on tonight, we're really excited because this is the first of shows that are going to be going for the months of July, August, and September on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock here on CAN TV 21. We do want to remind you that this is a live call-in show. So if you do have questions or you have comments, feel free to call in at 312-738-1060. We do have a great lineup for you all during the next few weeks. On Thursday evenings, we're going to be joined by a number of our friends. So our organization is the Wiley Resource Center, but we will be focusing on bringing in some folks from places like the Legal Assistance Foundation and its bankruptcy project, the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, and some of the programs that they have there. We'll be joined by folks from the Metropolitan Tenants Organization and the Lawyers Committee for Better Housing to talk about an ordinance that we are working on with the University of Chicago Student Legal Services Office. There are going to be folks from the American Bar Association that will be talking about the rights of cancer patients. I know a lot of people who have disabilities, a lot of times they run into situations because of the fact that they are challenged in the workplace. You know, they have to take off work from time to time. And for whatever reason, the employer does not want to give them the proper accommodations. So we will have a representative from the American Bar Association that will be talking with us about how patients who have disabilities, particularly those who are cancer patients, can exercise the rights that they have in the workplace. We'll also be joined by folks that will be talking about domestic violence issues, as well as we're going to have a special guest at the end of this month, the last Thursday in July, from Chicago's Independent Police Review Authority. So for folks who are having problems from time to time with the Chicago police, there is a complaint process, and the folks from the Review Authority will be here to explain to us what the complaint process is. So we have a very exciting next few months that are coming up on Thursday nights, and we hope that you will choose to join us on each Thursday evening. But for tonight, we want to talk more about the Wiley Resource Center and how we can be a resource for you all that are in the Chicagoland area. So the Wiley Resource Center has been around since 2003. Actually, it was a passion of mine. I graduated from John Marshall Law School in 2003, passed and passed the bar examination that same year, and wanted to bring something back to the community. So over on the west side in Lawndale is where we started the Wiley Resource Center. And we wanted to do something to complement the services that already exist in the Chicagoland area. So we already have Legal Assistance Foundation, Chicago Legal Clinic, Cabrini Green Legal Aid Services. They're open Monday through Friday, pretty much all day long. So what we decided to do was to bring a weekend program once each month on the third Saturday afternoon of each month over into the Lawndale community and on the west side of Chicago. Obviously, we serve people from all over Chicagoland. People come to visit us from not just the city, but also the suburbs. But we do meet on the third Saturday afternoon, and we wanted to make sure that we show you all a quick flyer that has our contact information on there. And it gives you also all of the dates that we meet. So in 2014, you can see the dates for all of the Saturdays that we have already done and the ones that we have remaining. It has our phone number for the Wiley Resource Center, which is 773-738-1480. That phone number is actually operational 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you are interested in getting more information to come and visit with us, you can always call the phone number that is there. Our website is also listed, and that's www.wrc.vpweb.com. So there are several programs that we have at the Wiley Resource Center, and I'm going to stop talking so that Antoinette, who's our administrator, can talk a little bit more about the legal support program and the types of things that we offer through the general legal support program.
Okay, so one of the things that we offer is our ESP, which is the Expungement, Sealing, and Pardon Program. This is one of our biggest programs that we run. So if you are in need of getting your record clear, this is one of the things that we can do. So if you meet us on that third Saturday with a copy of your rap sheet, if you have cases in Chicago, and if not, then whatever that particular county offers, then we'll be able to assist you and fill out your paperwork, as well as assist you with the paperwork for a fee waiver. We also will give legal consultations on other issues that you might have, such as housing,
traffic.
Right. Any other legal issue that you might have, we'll be able to give you a consultation with that.
So what I'll do is I'll pop it back up here again so that you can see the contact information as well as the dates, and the time that we meet is always at 12:30 p.m. on the Saturdays that are listed on the overhead there for you. So one of the things that we want to make sure that we spoke with you about is that you want to utilize free legal services that are in the Chicago area. And we are very much blessed in the Chicago area to have the whole gamut when it comes to legal support programs. And a lot of times, we've been talking about this in our staff meeting, people in the community will go and they'll spend money on legal services that they may not have. You know, they will sacrifice rent money, or they will sacrifice money that they need for their families to eat just to be able to pay for the legal services that they need. So that's why we're doing this program, because we want to expose you to some of the options that you have in the community that are free or low cost based on your income. So we see that we do have a caller, and we would love to hear from the caller and answer any questions that you may have. Good afternoon, caller. Are you there?
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine. How are you?
All right. Yes, ma'am. All right, I was called could you clarify what is it that you could get expunged?
Okay. If you can do us a quick favor, if you can turn down the volume a little bit on your television, I think that it may be giving you some feedback. Okay. It's great that you asked that question. We just came from the clerk of the court of Cook County, Dorothy Brown. She always has her expungement summit the first, I would say, Saturday afternoon in June of each year. So we just came back from the summit and we were able to participate in that. What you need to know is the options that you have are not just related to expungement. There are several options that you have, which is why we call the program that we do the ESP initiative. So anytime you have any convictions on your record, whether they be for misdemeanors or for felonies, those are not expungible. But if you do not have any convictions on your record, that's when you can expunge your record. Most people want to expunge because it's a good opportunity to get the complete record destroyed. But there are other options, including sealing, which is something that we've been working very extensively on with State Representative Ford, Clerk Brown, Cabrini Green Legal Aid, a number of legislators in the state of Illinois to expand the sealing option. So if you have nonviolent misdemeanors that are on your record, so there will be convictions for nonviolent misdemeanors, those generally would be things that will be able to be sealed. We have been able to see additional felonies added to the list of what can be sealed. So in times past, the only things that could be sealed were possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, prostitution. But now there are other things that are sealable, such as fraud and things of that nature. So what I would suggest is the same thing that Ms. Mayfield just told us a couple seconds ago. If you have any cases, whether they be arrests or convictions in the city of Chicago, call our number so that you can get the phone number for Chicago Police Headquarters, the expungement unit, and you can get your rap sheet. And then come over and see us, or go down to the Daily Center or to Markham to see the Cabrini Green Legal Aid Clinic. And the attorneys, whether it be us or them, will assist you, and we'll do so for free. We do want to make sure that we mention, for those folks that are around the state of Illinois, you can also go to the Illinois Appellate Public Defender, because they provide that service for free as well. So I hope that answers your question. Did you have any other question?
Yes, ma'am, because, see, I got a conviction. I got convicted in, is it the day that your parole is over with, or is it during the time that you're doing parole?
So when you're looking at what you're referring to as a waiting period. So the waiting period that you're looking at is going to be from the time that you complete your last sentence. So let's say the last case that you had, you just finished up parole on today. Mm-hmm. So you will wait 4 years if you're trying to seal that particular offense and other offenses on your record. Mm-hmm. You will wait 4 years from today in order to be able to be eligible to get, those things sealed on your record.
Okay, what if some are from 88, and see, I was out the system for over 12 years before I went back, and this time I'm just coming off 12 straight. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So the ones that are from 88, they could be sealed now, but the one that I'm on now have to be from the time that I'm released up until 4 years, right?
So, and that your questions are directly on point. They're excellent. We have to look at your record as a whole. So a lot of times people think, just like they used to think for the credit report, once 7 years pass, then things drop off of my record automatically. That's not the case. The only way that it's going to come off of your record is if you use one of the remedies that we're talking about, whether it be expungement or sealing, executive clemency. You have to actually actively do something in order to get the record cleared up. Now, in your particular instance, you're not going to be able to say, those cases are old, but, I'm finishing up parole here. We have to look at the entire record as a whole. So you have to have finished that most recent sentence, and then at that point, after the 4-year waiting period passes, then we can look at your record as a whole and seal everything that's possible to be sealed at that point.
Okay, thank you. One more question I got to ask you. Mm-hmm. This is a very question. Most male guys that are coming out the system, because we are so used to seeing females get subsidized or low income or Section 8, is there a program where a man could get some type of subsidize or get him a place to stay?
What I would suggest, there is an excellent organization out there that's headed by Benneth Lee. And it is the National Alliance for the Empowerment of the Formerly Incarcerated. I want to make sure I get that correct. If you give us a call, we will connect you with Benny. Benny and his team are doing great work for folks who are ex-offenders in the community and helping to get the resources that you're referring to. So what we'll do at this point, sir, I'm going to show you once again our information. Give us a call and leave us a message and just say, hey, I talked to you on CAN TV. I want to get the information for Benny Lee's organization. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that we connect you with them. So again, our phone number is 773-738-1480. Mm-hmm. And it's been a pleasure talking to you. We have another caller. Make sure you give us a call so that we can help you further.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good evening. Hi,
good
caller.
evening,
how are you?
I hope I can make my point without you people cutting me off. And I'm talking about facts. What's the point? Okay, wait a second.
Caller, are you there? Okay. I believe that there was a problem with the switchboard. Please call us back because we do want to talk to you. Please do call us back. It looks like the line is clear, so you should be able to get through if you can give us a call right back. So I'm going to go back over to Miss Mayfield. We've talked a little bit about what we do when it comes to the legal support program, when it comes to the ESP initiative. Let's talk a little bit about the newest program that we've been working on. We started it in 2007. We run the program usually whenever we have funding to do so. And it's called the Youth and Law Project. Let's talk a couple of seconds about the Youth and Law Project.
Okay, yeah, this is a very exciting project that we partner with high school. This year we are using Orr High School and their students. And what we are doing is teaching them the art of mock trial. So each week we meet with them, we sit down, and we take a case and we piece it, we break it down piece by piece. And then we also have an interview section where they hear from someone who's in the legal justice field. So it might be an attorney, it might be a judge, it might be a correctional officer. So we have them to come and speak to them so that they see the other side of the legal system versus what we're seeing when someone is, getting locked up or on the other side of the bench.
So, we're really excited. We've been able to partner this time with the State Board of Education, and we'll be partnering with the state of Illinois, thanks to State Representative Ford. We're excited to have enough funding to really be able to do the program to the fullest extent. So that way folks will get a chance to see our students from a positive point of view rather than just hearing about them in the news, shooting each other in the streets. So we do have a caller. So we're going to turn to the caller for a couple seconds and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk a little bit more about the Youth and Law Project. Hi, caller.
I make my point without getting cut off. The point I want to make is when you talk about expungements and record seal, what's the point of doing that when you have these private databases? Because when those records are public information and they capture that public information and these databases overseas where our laws don't apply to them, and for about $30 you can do a background search and they can find out your background. So what's the point of doing that? In a sense, you just giving money away. And those are the facts, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, or whether you want to say that employers not supposed to be going into a database, but guess what? They do.
You know what? I'm glad you didn't get cut off, and I'm glad you called back.
But
you are absolutely right. And so what we've been looking at when we've been exploring this issue is that the employers that are not supposed to be doing that, we need to be filing complaints. We need to be filing lawsuits.
But the thing I'm saying is,
ma'am.
I'm a guy.
Sorry. What we want to make sure that we do is that if you are encountering that situation, we want you to contact us because we need to be.
And I want to make one other
point.
Can you wait,
sir? Can you let me finish? We want to make sure that we file the necessary complaints with the Department of Human Rights on issues like these. One of the things that we found to be extremely sad is that we know this is going on, but we never say anything about it. So when we're looking at the number of complaints that are actually being filed about this, we're looking at less than 30 complaints being filed last year by people who are ex-offenders who have been discriminated against. And I guess maybe a lot of people feel like I might as well not say anything because nothing is going to be done to assist me. But we can assure you, if you take the time to file the complaints, then we can do something about this issue. So now let me be quiet and let me get that second point from you that you wanted to bring up.
Okay, when you talk about expungement, I'm glad you let me speak. When you talk about expungement, that may be where the public may not be able to view, but that record is not completely disappear because law enforcement will still see that record. Because it's not completely expunged. Let's just tell the truth about that.
Now let's break it down. I appreciate your comment. Expunged records, they're not going to be able to see. Sealed records, law enforcement can see sealed records. The reason people usually are sealing their records, though, is because employers are the ones that will not be able to see them. landlords, when it comes to housing, won't just be able to say, you know what, we're not going to rent to you because you're an ex-offender. When you're trying to go to school, when you're trying to get loans and things like that, those are the things that we're trying to protect. The other thing that I want to bring out to you is ban the box. So last year, Representative Ford was able to get a bill passed banning the box when it came to state employment applications. And this year, there has been legislation passed so that private employers shouldn't be asking that question either, so that you can at least get an interview. So we really appreciate your comments, and we really appreciate your questions. However, we're at the end of the show. Can you believe it already? We're at the end of the show. We want to see you next week. Tune in. And make sure that you're with us next week at 6 o'clock p.m. on Thursdays, because we love to be with you. So next week, we're going to have the Lawyers Committee for Better Housing. We'll see you next week, 6 o'clock, CAN TV 21.
Have a safe holiday.